Luke off.
Oh, no.
For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Lou, the best woman and bridesmaid, and I have been specifically asked to be respectful and not to break out to my usual depraved, foul-mouthed filth. So here goes. To Emma and Matt, good night. No, sorry, I will try harder. I was actually really honoured to be invited to the second most prestigious wedding of the year. However, I had to turn Will and Kate down and come to the more expensive wedding. I'm sure Will and Kate didn't have 3 invitations to their wedding. I mean, 3 invitations? When someone gets married where I'm from, you hear it from Fat Sue down the pub. That you've been invited to a night of shin kicking, cider swilling and meat down the local Labour Club skittle alley. There's not even 1 invitation, let alone 3. But this really is how the other half live. In debt. But this really is a classy affair, and I feel just like Pippa Middleton today. Everyone's been checking out my ass. I even caught Emma's granddad having a sneaky look. And I'm sure by the end of the night my bum will have its own Facebook page with photos of you lot resting your pints on it. Anyway, on to Emma. She's like, why the hell did I ask her? I first met Emma whilst auditioning for a performing arts course, can you tell? For a performing arts course degree in Bath. Who would have thought we would have become such best friends after the day that I thought she had ruined all my chances of becoming a performer and getting into university? Who was this skinny, blonde airhead destroying all my hopes and dreams of being a performer? All we had to do was a simple audition, where we both stand up in front of the course leader, who's a balding Eastern European kind of sounding guy, and he says, "You sisters! You sisters!" Emma replies, "No, we're not." "You sisters! You sisters!" The next 10 minutes was frantically filled with Emma trying to explain that we weren't sisters, we weren't even related, she'd never seen me before, we didn't even look like each other, she was thin and I was fat. And then it suddenly hit her. He wanted us to pretend to be an improvisation. After all, Emma, it was an acting course. My heart slowly sank at the prospect of not getting into this course, not going to university, and if we both did get in, I'd have to put up with her for the next 3 years. But Emma had some pretty amazing roles at university. Her most memorable one was as Spider-Man for a school panto, where she proceeded to squeeze into a Spider-Man outfit for 6 to 8-year-olds. Yes, you guessed it. The last show, she ripped it right up the crack. Luckily, it was backstage. But the most memorable of Emma's roles for me was as a prostitute. I, as per usual, played the male character, which saw my character seek sexual fantasies from Emma. This involved Emma wearing hot pants and dressing me as a general whilst on stage, and whilst pretending to be my horse, riding me into battle. After overcoming the initial obstacle we had with Emma's inability to neigh like a horse, I mean, who the hell can't neigh? We started rehearsing. The performance came and I brought all of my props in, which I hadn't previously used before. Emma was a little uneasy when she saw the size of my riding crop. But I said, don't worry, love, I'm not actually going to hit you. It's just pretend like they do in the Grand National. So, the performance came. So, I'm riding my horse, hot-panted horse, into battle, going to war, galloping across make-believe fields in this sexual fantasy that was fantastic. But the true actress that I am, I kind of got a little bit caught up in my parts. The riding crop came high into the air and flayed right across her buttocks. I can safely say we had the best neigh out of her that day. But despite our bad start and several personality differences, Emma is my world. Emma, as we know, can be a little bit ditzy at times, a little bit crazy. For instance, when her car broke down, the little Rover, she rang the AA. The AA asked her what the name of the car was. Emma replied, Brenda. Emma is also well known in our circles for creating the Mr. Glee saga. Now just bear with me. A little plastic piece of fish tank weed that Emma found on the floor and decided for years and years we would just keep swapping it with each other for the hell of it. And she wrote me a poem last Christmas, so here goes. The story of the little green plastic tree I have now named the famous Mr. Glee. Once upon one random bar university day, Mr. Glee just appeared like a little mouse in some hay. He was buried in and amongst Lulu's lovely long brown hair, but little did Lulu know Emma had secretly placed him there. He hid there, quite happily for almost all day long. They performed, danced, acted and sang a song. Then our rehearsals and the performances came to a close. Lulu felt a bit strange. She suddenly froze. She began to feel and touch her lovely long hair, and then she suddenly gasped, "There's something bloody in there." Now this was in fact a momentous moment in history, for this was the end of him being just a little bit of plastic tree. He had now become the famous Mr. Glee, and Emma and Lulu have continued to look after him ritually. This ritual has lasted for over 5 years. Mr. Glee has seen it, all the laughter and the tears. He's been hidden in teapots and stuck to backs of pictures, in a box with a beautiful ring, all sorts of different mixtures. He'll be something Lulu and Emma will treasure together, just like their friendship, which will last forever. Aww. Only Emma can find so much pleasure in a bit of plastic. Matt, I have no doubt that you are perfect for Emma, because you're great at telling her to stop whinging, and it's so obvious that you love her. So much that you were prepared to drive to Spain to rescue us from a volcanic ash cloud, tequila, tenor lady, and masturbating men. Buy me a drink at the bar later and I'll explain everything else. Emma, you really do look beautiful today. And I'm so proud and honoured to be your bridesmaid.
Aww.
That will never dance, isn't it? You are the only person who could actually get me in a dress and 3 layers of fat pants. I'll show you later. We've often joked that on paper we shouldn't get along, but I'm glad we do. There would have been so many times in my life that I would have fallen apart if you hadn't been there to pick me up.
Oh. Go on, Lou. Smile on my smile on my smile on my.
Generous, loving, supportive, and most importantly, you're my best friend.
Smile.
I'm truly blessed. I love you, and I'll never let you down.
Oh.
Third time lucky, Matt. Please look after me. One more thing to finish off with. The last time we saw the little tiny tree, he was stuck in a snow globe permanently. Yeah. But now he's defrosted and back from the ice, to return once again to take centre stage, one would suffice. Tradition dictates the bride throws her bouquet in the air, but I want something to be remembered and permanently there, a keepsake so precious and to remind you of me. So here he is, in all his glory, the famous Mr. Glee. So, yeah, you should see the florist's face when I asked her to make that. I just want to say thank you to Brian and Vicky. We've had such a wonderful day, everyone would agree. Please raise your glasses to Emma and Matt.
Emma and Matt.